Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be customizing the Drift Yosemite. Now when the car is released it's going to cost 1.3 million, and yeah, this is stock, believe it or not. It comes with the twin turbos coming out the hood, it comes at this ride height with the fenders and the wheels and the tyre writing. This is stock with the exhaust coming outside as well, which is really weird. This already looks like a modified car. So 1.3 million, and a lot of questions from my last video if this actually drifts. I'm not going to try and drift it now, even though I just left the car park drifting, but I'm going to show at the end of this video to see if it actually drifts or not, and give my understanding of if it can drift or not. So I'm just going to go modify this, and after that we can check if it drifts. So here we are inside LS Customs now, and let's go into the bumpers and check them out. Now I'm going to try and be a bit quick with this, and it does to me seem like we've got Yosemite normal. I think these are on the normal Yosemite, these modifications. I'm not 100% sure about that. I'm going to go for that. Rear, you've only got one option, which is no plate. We don't need a plate because we're making a drift missile, and we want full engine because we're going to drift it. Exhaust tips, and it's just one option, and that's not go to chrome tips instead of titanium. Take that. Grill, hood. So that's definitely on the Yosemite, I do remember that. But if you want to keep the stock, well, twin turbos coming out, you'd have to go with the first option. So it looks like this car's already basically modified. You don't, a lot of people probably won't even hardly touch it. Let me get it grey with a secondary colour of grey. Looking good so far. Roll cage, and it does have bucket seats as well inside here, which is also stock, forgot to mention. Roof, you got something inside the, oh, it's a sun strip. Spoiler. And yeah, I do remember these from the Yosemite, and I do remember that from the Yosemite as well. But look how good that looks actually. I'm going to stick with this because it looks pretty cool, but I'll check all the other modifications as well. Spoiler, definitely don't think that suits. Then again, it is a drift truck, so it doesn't really need to suit the car. Suspension, let's see how low we can get, because that is really high up. Low. Damn, that is pretty low. And this looks like a concept car. This doesn't look like, this looks like a sketched car that only belongs in sketches. It doesn't look like a car that should be drivable, even though it's just GTA. It's not we're not really driving this car, but crazy. Transmission, bedliner. So let me see if I change the wheel. It just black, normal black wheels. But I like this because it's got that Fukaru tire writing, and the split rims on a muscle wheel, which looks pretty cool to be honest. Don't want to change the window. Now let's get out there and see if this thing actually drifts or not. So I'm not claiming to be someone who can drift in this game. You know, a lot of people might say, oh, it worked, you're just a bad driver or something, you can drift. But I'm going to test out now. I already know the answer to this, but I'm going to test out if it's rear wheel drive or all wheel drive. And the only way to do that properly is just to push against the wall. And I think you already know the answer by looking at the wheel spin. But there we go, it's rear wheel drive. And I've drove this car a bit, and the way I would describe this car is basically it feels like the drift tamper but a rear wheel drive version. But this thing I think is definitely a lot better than the drift tamper, and you don't even need to double clutch. If you accelerate fully and it up to 30 miles an hour, if you press R1 it will double clutch itself. Like, this thing has so much torque. So in the first gear you can drift, and before anyone says it's power sliding, no it's not, it's actually drifting in the first gear. So this is first gear, and then in second gear it gets to the point where you're like, is it drifting or is it power sliding? You are pulling the handbrake, and then you easily spin out as well because of the amount of torque it's got. Well, I think it's safe to say that this can drift. It's just if you can kind of practice it good enough, like if you can get to the point where I think it's a car that you can learn to drift. So I'm going to try my best now to drift it for the rest of the video. So you can watch me drift it if you want, or you can click off the video. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.